Self-care. When I talk to busy people about those two words, they often start rolling their eyes. I think they're going to roll them right out of their heads. Or they start to cringe visibly. It's like we're defeated before we even begin. Hello there. I'm Diane Strickland, and I'm a United Church minister, and I'm a community and workplace traumatologist and a compassion fatigue specialist. And I get to crack open this topic of self-care in my video series called Self-Care, Reframing It for Reclaiming It, for people of faith who do not need another to-do list. So if it's not a to-do list, what is it? Well, I give you 4 videos. They're each about 30 to 35 minutes. They come with a bit of a presentation and then some questions for you to work with individually. And then also if you want to talk as a group about what you're doing, you can do that too. The first video is called Reframing It. And it's probably the biggest one because it's where I invite you to think about this whole topic differently. And it grew out of my own experience where I was working harder and harder and harder. And I had worked myself into a corner and there wasn't a to-do list in the world that was going to get me out of that corner. And I was stuck there. And just when I was really beginning to think I was at the end of it, I heard a voice asking me, Diane, will you please participate in my love for you? Will you please participate in my love for you? Me? Yes, me. And that's the question that eventually helped me to get out of that corner, because this was not about a to-do list. It was about a relationship. It was about me participating in God loving me and enjoying that, and also being a bit of an apprentice of learning how to love myself better. So that's the first video. The second one is called Equipping It. And here's where I use the principle of the interruption. We have to interrupt our own lives, and I give you a whole lot of different ways to do that. And the idea is not actually to change your life at this point. It's about paying attention to your life so you learn how it runs. You learn how you do things and why you get yourselves into situations. But also you learn to pay attention to what you're feeling, because often we're trying to tell ourselves something that we're not listening to as we go along. So there's tools that I give you, different kinds of tools, questions, things you can try, just a self-awareness tools to give you that will help you to do that, interrupting your life as you go along. And when you do that, you'll be able to pay attention to your life differently. The third one is called Resisting It, because yes, it's kind of crazy, but we have ways of resisting participating in God's love for us. Some of us have been living our lives a long time, and we've figured out how we like to run it, what we have to do to overcome things, how to get what we want, how to succeed, all these things. And sometimes those deeply entrenched patterns and ways of living are what defeat God's love at work in our life. So I look at specifically 4 ways that I know we resist participating in it. So that's video 3. And the last video is simply the opportunity to conduct some experiments in your own life, to test out different tools I give you, and not to necessarily change your life with them, but to see what is different when you use them. Some tools work better for some people at different times of their life. So you get a whole variety of experiments that you're running. And the idea is not that you're changing your life. It's you're creating an opportunity for God to do that with love. So I've stopped talking about self-care in my life. I only talk about participating in God's love because it really isn't about another to-do list. It's about the relationship. And that's why all those to-do lists only take us so far. So if you haven't thought about self-care that way before and you're ready, maybe this is a program that would interest you. Look for the details of when it's running and how to sign up from your own community of faith or where you're working and whatever organization you're in. And I'll be happy to see you then. Bye now.